Driving tips for saving gas. We were already paying more for energy following the recovery of the global economy from the COVID-19 pandemic, which sparked an increase in demand for petroleum products. Now, Russia's invasion of Ukraine has triggered a worldwide price hike in gas and electricity, and motorists are paying more for fuel than ever before. But there are ways to save money at the pump, and one or two strategies you can adopt behind the wheel to lessen the shock while driving. Drive less. The obvious way to reel in fuel costs is to drive less. If practical, use public transport. And why not walk to the store, or use a bicycle? Of course, in winter a vehicle may be the only practical way to get around. Ease up on the accelerator. Speed loves gas, so ease up on the accelerator. Your pocket will appreciate the gesture, and you'll be a whole lot safer, too. Drive more slowly. Actually, driving more slowly lessens drag, which in turn increases fuel consumption and generates a smoother drive. Idle for less. It's a habit most of us are guilty of, but warming up your vehicle for long periods is a waste of gas. In fact, idling your car for anything over a minute soaks up fuel and emits large amounts of greenhouse gas. How cool is gas? Now here's an interesting fact to consider next time you're at the pump. Gas is generally cooler earlier in the day, and more dense. So fill up at sunrise. Leave it until later after the temperature has risen and the density falls, and you get less gas when you pump. Regardless, it's very little extra fuel actually getting into your tank. Monitor how and when you brake. Understand when to use the brakes efficiently. Excessive braking is another way of wasting gas. Instead, decelerate where safe and practical to do so. Turn off the engine. When stationary, turn the engine off. Excess idling is a major waste of gas. It's why most new cars are now fitted with a stop-start system that automatically shuts down and restarts the internal combustion engine to reduce the amount of time the engine spends idling, thereby reducing fuel consumption and emissions. Streamline your vehicle. Eliminate wind resistance. Aerodynamic drag can increase fuel consumption by as much as 20% on the highway, according to the U.S. Department of Energy. Don't run on empty. Never run a vehicle on empty. Fill up well beforehand, unless you want to end up paying for whatever gas you can find, or worse, you end up stranded in the middle of nowhere. Monitor your tires. Underinflated tires tend to wear out quicker and waste gas. It's also very dangerous to operate any vehicle with incorrect tire pressure. Check them regularly. Tune the engine. Vehicles with electronic ignition and fuel-injected systems will benefit from a professionally tune-up anywhere between 40,233 to 160,934 kilometers, 25,000 to 10,000 miles. Older cars will need tuning much earlier. Besides other advantages, a properly tuned engine uses less gas. Change filters. Regular basic vehicle maintenance includes periodically changing the air filters. This helps to keep cars running more fuel efficiently. Use correct oil. Using a grade of motor oil that matches your vehicle manufacturer's specifications and certification requirements not only keeps your engine in tip-top condition, it can improve your gas mileage by 1% to 2%, according to the U.S. Department of Energy. Manual versus automatic transmission. Automatic cars in general require less effort to drive, and some motorists do find them more comfortable. The truth is, however, manual transmission cars are more fuel efficient than automatic transmission. Use GPS. Choose the best route by engaging your vehicle's GPS sat-nav system to plan the most fuel-efficient way to get to your destination. By doing so, you can maybe able to avoid too many stop signs and traffic lights. Consider a trip for cheaper gas. Find out if your neighboring state/province or country is selling gas at a cheaper rate. Due to different tax rates, you might just save yourself a small fortune by crossing the line, so to speak. Consider going hybrid. While gas-powered vehicles are still the standard, hybrid vehicles are slowly making inroads. The advantages of running a hybrid unit include the obvious reduction in gas usage and the potential to save on gas, depending on how the car is used. Use a gas app. There's a mobile app for everything these days, including one for gas. Consider downloading a gas app such as Gas Buddy, which is designed to save you money at the pump based on finding real-time fuel prices. Travel light. It goes without saying that a heavy car is a slower car. Extra cargo drags down fuel efficiency, so next time you pack the trunk, double-check the load. Do you really need all that luggage for a vacation? Check EPA vehicle rating. If you drive in the United States, consider the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, rating of your next car. The EPA provides information on fuel economy labeling, history and trends of fuel economy, plus other testing and data analysis. A vehicle with a good EPA rating will be 30 miles per gallon, or 48 kilometers per approximately 3.7 liters. Prioritize highway driving. Highway driving is far more fuel efficient than the stop-start experience of motoring in built-up areas, unless you're driving a new vehicle fitted with an automatic stop-start system. Highway driving always gets a better mileage rating simply because your speed rarely dips. In the city, stopping frequently and then accelerating quickly is a gas-guzzling road to ruin, both for the engine and your pocket. Use cruise control. You can reduce fuel costs considerably by taking advantage of your vehicle's cruise control option. This handy tool works wonders on the highway during a road trip perhaps, or a long commute. It saves gas and helps keep your car in good working order. Just remember to switch it off in built-up areas or in hazardous driving conditions. Car share. Does your neighbor work with you? Perhaps they are employed in the same building, or maybe located just a block away. Consider car sharing on a rotational basis as a way to reduce travel costs. Park and ride. Park and ride systems were created to reduce urban traffic congestion in built-up towns and cities. Drivers leave their cars in car parks on the outskirts of a city and travel to the city center on public transport. In theory, the operation saves you time, and it certainly reduces fuel costs. Is there a park and ride near you? Stay alert. Careful driving can save lives. But did you know it can save fuel, too? By paying attention to the road in front of you and anticipating the movements of pedestrians and other drivers, you can often maintain your vehicle's momentum at a steady, fuel-efficient pace. Keep a safe distance. Similarly, keeping a safe distance from the car in front of you can help you achieve better gas mileage, essentially because you're always ahead of the curve. Maintaining a uniform speed makes economic sense. And leaving enough room to brake safely in an emergency is, well, a no-brainer. Combine trips. Those quick errands to the store can cost you money. Plan your shopping run to coincide with other business trips, perhaps a visit to the bank, or the hairdresser. Combining all your trips into one seamless jaunt can reduce fuel consumption. Avoid the AC. It's so tempting to switch on the air conditioning in hot weather. But next time, try rolling down the windows first to dissipate in-car heat before switching on the AC. And be aware that AC eats up a lot of energy. Save it by just using the AC on highways. Another trick is to try and park in shaded spaces, under a tree for example, or under an awning of sorts. Turn off the AC. And just for the record, while air conditioning is often essential to ensure a safe and comfortable drive in hot weather, it can hike fuel consumption by as much as 8 to 10%, according to the air conditioning company. Reduce heater use. Whenever practical, reduce vehicle heater use in winter. All modern vehicles are equipped with air conditioning, heating, and even sometimes seat warmers. But forsaking a bit of comfort now and again can over time substantially reduce running costs.